Hello, everyone, and welcome to Systems Lab Live. This is, my friends, the first live stream of December. And how exciting am I about what we're doing, where we're going, and tonight's topic it's truly fantastic. So here's what we're doing. Here's the question of the hour that I want to ask. I want to ask, how many of you are tired of hearing, where's the link? Where is the link? Where is the information that needs to be sent, reviewed, approved, whatever, what have you? And so tonight we're going to be looking at managing remote teams, ClickUp Chat edition. And so the people I've spoken on LinkedIn, and this is what they said, because I asked a question. I said, hey, where is it that you all want to go? Like, what adventure in the live stream land do you want to take? And we're going to take a great adventure into all work management tools. And we're going to be looking at the micro features. We're like really niching down and looking at all the small features of project management and work management tools and focusing on that for about 30 to 35 minutes. And I think it's going to be lots of fun. And so tonight we're looking at ClickUp Chat. So in the comments, here's what I would love for you to do. Go ahead and state your name, where you're from, what you are looking forward to in December, projects that you're working on, tools that you work with. I just want to know all of the things. And so we're going to get started and we're going to look at ClickUp Chat. Okay. We're first going to do a quick overview of ClickUp Chat. I'm going to pull it up for you all because it's a really interesting take that ClickUp has done. So we're going to go look at ClickUp Chat. Let me share my screen. It's going to be simply marvelous, people, simply marvelous. All right. So let me present this. Let's see how our screen sharing is working today. I think it's working oh so marvelous. Okay, great. Okay, so here's what we're looking at here today. So this is chat meets work. So the huge concept behind ClickUp Chat is this. It's about context, and it's about being more productive with the tasks and the work that we're doing every single day. That's why I asked the question, like, are y'all tired of hearing, where's the link? Where do you find this information? And I said it today in a LinkedIn post. I said, like, context is king. And there's nothing worse than loose Google Doc links or Microsoft Word links just floating around and just going from place to place, email to email, Slack message to Slack message, and you don't know what the status is. You don't know what people are talking about. And so I think that's a bit of the issue when it comes to a lot of these work management tools. You have so many that are out here, and you're trying to really piece together, like, okay, I'm in Notion, all right, and then I use Airtable, but then I'm in ClickUp. Maybe I use Coda or Scribe. And so you're trying to figure out like where the information is going and what people are talking about and how to have context for the conversation. Because why? Because you need to understand where the information is. You need to understand what you need to do, when you need to do it, how you need to do it. And it's hard. It's hard if you have too many tools and there's no piece that is tying it all together. And this is what I believe ClickUp Chat is doing, because you have tasks and you have relationships and you have dashboards and you have all these different things. And so while Slack it's still my go-to, but to be able to actually chat inside of ClickUp and be able to add a task and be able to post information and to be able to tie everything together is pretty cool. Now, I will say this. There was already a chat feature inside of ClickUp up until they released this, and I believe this was a couple months ago. I believe that they released this feature, or they updated their release of this feature. And so it's not that chat hasn't been inside of ClickUp. It's the fact that it is integrating into the life and the body of the entire platform, which is pretty cool. So let's look at what encompasses chat. Okay, let's look at it. So they have a really cool landing page. You can see all sorts of things here. We won't play the video here because we'll just go through an example of it. But they say right here, chat is broken. Chat and work are in different apps disconnected. So you see right here, like you have Notion, you have notifications from Monday, Google Meet, Slack, Microsoft Teams. You have all of these apps that are everybody's using. And so you are in the middle of it. And when I say you, I mean the project manager, or maybe you're a part of the team that's actually working on a project right now. But the question is always, who's assigned the task? Where's the link? Can't find the task. Where can I find the information? These are the recurring questions that are always happening. And so ClickUp says, hey, we fixed it. This is the app that combines the chat with the actual work that's going on. With AI, they recently this year launched ClickUp Brain. And this is about, is this year? Yeah, I think it's this year. Yeah, this year, or it's less than a year, ClickUp Brain. But I'm telling you, they are doing some really cool stuff with chat. And we're going to talk about some of the features today. And so what we're looking at is, I'm just going to go right here. Projects and chats are better together. So I love this. You can do a few things. You can connect your tasks to different lists and messages, so the context of the conversation is never lost. Now, many of you who use ClickUp may be utilizing comments to either automate different comments and things, in terms of the automation aspect. You be using comments to actually have the conversation. But what's cool about ClickUp Chat is that you can have an entire conversation within the project list and not just the task itself. And you can connect the task as well. Posts are really great because any type of decisions, announcements, or updates that are being made, it's right there. If you think about it from the perspective of Canvas inside of Slack, inside of Slack, it's almost the same feature, So let's look at this, right? Let's continue to look at this. Follow-ups, something new. Triage comments and turn them into actionable tasks, ensuring nothing slips through the cracks. So the follow-ups feature allows you, if there is a conversation that you're having, and perhaps one of the comments is, this is a task. Perhaps it's something like, okay, we need to make sure that we create a graphic or a set of graphics. You can have the ability to look at that comment and then be able to turn it into a task. So some other features too are sync threads to tasks. Keep all of your conversations in sync across tasks and chat. So what that means is that inside the chat, when you are talking with your coworker or your colleague, they are threaded conversations. So you can sync the threads to a particular task, which is great because oftentimes we are talking about strategy, approach. Maybe we're, talking about the way in which a task should be completed. And that's great because you can connect that to a task and you're not losing the context of what's being discussed. And that's great to be able to do that. Relationships and references. Relationships, such a cool feature inside of ClickUp, being able to, link between different tasks and have managed relationships. So you can get the complete picture across all your work where the action is. So you can add and assign you can implement rather relationships. Organize chat into spaces, which is great because you can just get the conversation around like the entire project space as well. Let's see what else. I believe, this is really good too. You also have voice and video calls that you can perform within chat as well, different types of integrations. And since ClickUp Brain is, again, another hype and another piece of the ClickUp empire that is quickly scaling in terms of work management features and making up the actual platform super useful and productive. Getting AI to be a part of ClickUp tasks, ClickUp Chat is really great, because then you can ask AI to catch you up on conversations. You can even do AI task creation. You can do a lot of different things within ClickUp Chat and with ClickUp Brain as well. So it looks like, yeah, so one-click calls with automatic summaries and action items. So that's really neat as well, just being able to look at a chat that you have within the space, and then being able to talk with your other colleagues. World-class performance wherever you work. So, okay, absolutely. Okay, so let's actually get into the app itself. I'm excited about that. Let's get into the app itself. Cool. All right. Let me present. I'm going to stop my share, and then we're going to share my screen. Let's see. Oh, Chrome tab. Here we go. Cool. All right. We're right here. Perfect. All right, y'all. Here we are. We are in a demo ClickUp space. I'm going to, okay, perfect. All right. Let me also get rid of this banner situation as well. Any questions that you guys have about ClickUp Chat, please let me know. So if we click right here, ClickUp Chat is going to be on the right side. So you're just going to click on chat, and inside of chat, it's loading right now, and I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it. If you guys are on Instagram, pop on over to YouTube so you can kind of see a little bit more. So this is in chat in project beta. I want to just go over a few features that are pretty cool. So right here, it says collaborate seamlessly across tasks and conversations. Start chatting with your team or connect tasks to stay on top of your work. So a couple things you can do. You can add followers to the chat. So people who are maybe not even directly involved into a project, but maybe they are a part of the approval process. Maybe you need them for part of the project, but you want to add them to this chat. You can most certainly do that. So you can just add them to this chat right here. And then you can add a follower. So you can add a follower, you can search. And so I'm going to invite here, invite to list. I'm going to invite here. So that's how you can have people added to this chat right here. All right, cool. So inside this feature here, we see sync up in project beta, which means that you can make a video call and you can start a sync up. So every person with access to this chat will be able to join your sync up. So I like this a lot, because oftentimes we're trying to use Zoom, or we're trying to use, Google Meet, we're trying to find times. And so as you're chatting with tasks and things, then you can really kind of look at sync up, and you can literally go and start talking to everybody about the task. So I think that's pretty cool, being able to do that. So you can leave a sync up here. I'm just going to leave it right now. They're going to ask you about your experience, which I think is cool. And let's see, another feature, you can ask AI. So let's just do a couple of chats. And I'm just going to go, hey, Liz, how is, and I can add a task. I can add and I can also add a task as well, which is cool. New task 1. And then you can create one right here. How is new task 1? You can also add a document if you need to as well. And so Liz would reply, and then we would start to have a conversation about the actual task. If you go into the post feature, this is great because you can go and post an update. So you can post a topic and you can say project update, new client kickoff meeting date. Write the update right here. Hey team, we received an email from the client Received an email from the client. Oops, here we go. We received an email from the client. We have a new meeting date. Cool. Post. Boom. So there's a post. Look at this. You can forward this. You can share this message to a person. And you can say, just making sure. This is so cool. Just making sure you saw this. How fun. This is really cool. I love it. One thing you can also do as well is ensure that, like, oops, hold on 1 second. We're popping up into a different screen, but I want to show you all something that I think is pretty cool. Okay. So one thing that you can do here is please acknowledge this post by clicking the thumbs up emoji. And that's pretty simple. And this is a great way to just get your team in a habit of communicating quickly so that, you know, folks don't have to feel like they got to reply to every message, but at least they are acknowledging, you know, what you've announced. So that's a cool way of just being able to, again, look at a post, make the post, update the team on, you know, on project updates. So you can do something like connect a task, which is great. So if you need to connect a task, look at this. You can connect a task right here, develop project vision. This is really great. So you have a task that's linked. Once you have that, you can be able also to, I'm actually going to assign this to somebody. Let's see. It's going to pop up in a minute. And we're really exploring this because in real time, it's loading up. All right. Let's see. Is it still loading up, people? Okay. Well, we'll just come back to that later. But let me go over here. All right, cool. So another thing I think is really good to look at here is if you want to add a doc to take notes, you can certainly add a doc. So this could be just meeting summary, and you can then start to like add any type of meeting notes. So that's always a plus. So we have a task right here. You can join sync up. If there's any replies, this is where you can read all your unread and also your read replies. So they make it super easy for you to do that here. If there's any relationships to the actual task itself, then you can add this task here. So if you add a task here, let me see how you do that. Relationships. Let's figure this out, because this is interesting. Copy link, new tab. How do you do this? Oh, I see. Okay, hold on. We are in post, so we have a post here. Oh, let me go into project. Hold on one second. I think I know what's going on. Because you probably have to. Oh, I see. Perfect. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to add a relationship feature. That's it. That's what we'll do. Here we go. And we can have task relationship. Ooh, or maybe a risk. That's what we'll do. Project risk. This is exciting. So we're going to add a project risk. So we're going to be, so this is going to be identifying project risks. Okay, great. I am very excited about this. And task from any task in your work. What's a related list? Risk. Here we go. Yeah, we're going to just do this. Create roll-ups. No, we don't want to roll up. I think we're fine. Let's create that. Okay, great. So there is a project risk. And I'm just going to just click this right here. This is our project risk. Let's go back over to the chat feature. Share this tab instead. Okay. See how this works. Relationships. Okay. Interesting. Let's go back here. I'm going to add. We're going to try to add this here. That's what we'll do. Tasks. And we'll do develop project vision. Any hangups? Any hangups on this task? Okay. Perfect. Ooh, okay. I think we got it. Connect the task. Aha. And then you can go and you can actually connect the task. Ah. Very interesting. All right, cool. So then a task is linked to this thread. You can connect this task. And if you open it up, the conversation from project beta shows up in activity, which is great. And then the relationship of the project risk is also right here as well. So this is great too, because you can add a task if you need to add a task to this risk management thing right here. Or you can also go back to the activity and write a comment if you need to here. Let's see where the comment shows up actually. Ooh. Let's go right here and say, did you see this? Which is really cool. If you need an AI tool, let's see what this does. You can summarize or create a task with AI. This is super powerful. Create a task for this comment. This task has been successfully created. If there's anything else you need, feel free. You can always check the task here, review Ashley's comment. Oh, this is pretty neat. So let's do this. We've developed an agenda. Ooh, I wonder if you can do this. Let's try this. Let's go back to, you link this thread. I'm going to go back to the chat. Let's add another. Let's try this. Team kickoff meeting. I wonder what you can do for subtasks. Can you do anything with subtasks or no? This is interesting. Okay. Connect the task. So we've connected that. Okay. So you can do all sorts of things here in summary, right? You can even launch a new whiteboard if you wanted to. So you can click here and, create a whiteboard. You can say need to brainstorm, or you can say agenda brainstorm. All from right here. And then you can go into the whiteboard and you can start to diagram and do what you need to do. So I'm going to take a pause here. Anyone have any questions about this? This is pretty cool. I'm kind of loving this so far, but this is pretty intuitive. Like, you can do a lot of really cool things with this. You can even share. So you can even share the whiteboard. I see. We'll have to come back and do some whiteboard because I'm Team Miro all day. So you can look right here. You can view a thread, which I like a lot. And I'm actually going to ask this person, did you develop the slide deck? I want to see it next. I want to see it tomorrow. So we're just playing around right now with this. This is pretty cool. So you can view a thread, which you can see like what's going on here, like view the actual thread. So why did the brainstorming thing come up? So this is really interesting, along with the thread. So that's pretty interesting. So even with this AI tool, you can also create and assign something. So let's do this. What about writing a project brief? Okay. And look at this. You can create or assign a task right here. You can create or assign right here. So you can go and you can create something on the fly, which I think is really cool. I love that. Let's see. What can you do here? Let me refresh the page. This is like all the things that you can do with ClickUp Chat, which is pretty neat. It is pretty neat. Oh no. Not the page is unavailable. Let's stop sharing for a minute. Let's figure out why the page is unavailable. Why would it be unavailable? Okay, let's look at this. All right, let's share my screen once again. That was so weird. Why would you all do that? Too funny. I think this is right here. I think we're right here. Okay, cool. So inside the thread, and so Liz can write back and say, absolutely, I will develop a brief. So this is pretty cool. Like, we're just having replies, having a conversation. You can create or assign a task, which is great. If you need to also want to add a reaction, you can certainly do that. You can thumbs up something. You can also forward a message. I think the forward message feature is pretty cool. If you need any sort of AI tools or AI summary, you can ask about what's happening in the channel. And so who is almost ready to meet on the task mentioned? What is the status of the project brief? What task is being discussed? Oh, this is pretty neat. Did Ashley Schuler develop the slide deck for the upcoming meeting? What event is starting? So you can just ask questions based upon the conversation. So what is the status? And it's researching it for you. This is pretty neat. I couldn't find any tasks or documents related to a project brief. If you need more detailed information, or you might want to check directly with the workspace. And so if that's, oh, look at this, you can even create a task from right here. Ooh, project brief. So you can say, develop project brief. What else can you do? Okay, you can add like a banner, I guess, if you needed to. Ask AI. Create a summary on a project brief for a mobile app. Please include goals and objectives and key requirements. Look at this. What if you needed a little bit of help? Bam. Look at that. Replace with the answer. Insert below. Could you imagine? This can just get the task started. Pretty neat. So I'm going to create that. I'm going to put it in project beta. And I'm going to put it in the foundation. Yeah. And so now the brief is here. So look at this. So now you can just add a reply if you want to. If you want to mention a task, project brief, we need to update the brief to include timeline and project. What else would we want to include? Project deliverables, along with identifying stakeholders and audience for mobile app. So I like this a lot. This is super cool. Questions that you all have on this, because like this is super, super cool. I'm like down with this, man. This is the bomb.com. Like, I'm just hyped just looking at this. This is super cool. This is really, really, really cool. You can connect a task. So this is really interesting. So I got to look into this. Let me look at this chat. Okay. And then when I look at the chat, what does this mean by to track a task? Okay. So this is, let me see something. Let's see what this means. We're going to share this tab here. And open up the chat. So we're loading this up. And so if there's something that needs to be assigned, like for follow-ups, I see. So the project brief should be assigned to somebody. So you can add and assign somebody a task even within the chat, which is pretty cool, which is pretty neat. We have a little bit of, I think we have a little internet slowage. Probably. Let me see something. Can I type? No, nobody's popping up. Okay. Well, that's okay. But I think you guys get the drift, right? So you can connect this task here. You can also connect. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. You can connect the team kickoff meeting. So you can connect several tasks. Oh, I see. I see. And you can even put a new task in here. I got it. Develop project vision. I see. So you have 3 tasks right here. And even within the conversation, let me put this right here. I see. You got the tasks right here. So you can, okay, perfect. See, I was looking for how to assign these tasks. So you can assign a task here. All right. Team kickoff meeting. I'm going to assign this to me. I'm going to click out of this. So then this is great because when we go to follow-ups, no items have been assigned to you. So when somebody has a comment for me about a particular task, like for the team kickoff meeting, then that's when I can follow up. So that's how that works. But this is cool. Who has questions, comments about ClickUp tasks? Because this is ClickUp Chat. I mean, this is pretty neat. I'm loving this. I think this is a really cool way to communicate with your team. All right, y'all. We are about 38 minutes in, and this has been a lot of fun. Let me know what you think about ClickUp Chat and all of the different features and what is inside. Yeah, let me know what you all think. Thanks so much for joining in, and we'll be back next week. We will be back with a brand new tool. Or if you want to continue inside of ClickUp, we can go into ClickUp Brain and do some more with AI and explore that as well. But yeah, I definitely am enjoying ClickUp Chat and loving these features. Some of these features are a bit newer to me as I've been sort of exploring what's behind some of these. I like that you can import from Slack as well. So you can take some of the existing conversations and put them inside of ClickUp as well. So this is super, super cool, super neat. And before we go, I do want to, let me go ask the channel, what's going on here. So it's asking, I love this. You can find duplicate tasks. You can find tasks that are stuck, do a project update. So you can ask here, who's assigned? And so they're analyzing what you can do here. So you have the following task assigned to you. This is in to-do status, includes subtasks, so it can tell you, what's happening with the task. Look at this, such as develop agenda, create calendar meeting invite, disseminate this task is due on December 10th. So for project managers, I think a couple things that we want to close out, in terms of how to utilize this tool is, let's look at it in a couple different ways. Number one, you don't have to leave another tool to go and have a conversation about a task. Like, you can do this right inside of ClickUp. Number two, you can utilize the task feature. Like, you can connect tasks inside of chat. You can also utilize AI to get status updates or summaries on what you might have missed if you're having different types of conversations. You can also do some really cool things like the sync ups, like you can go and do video calls as well. And you can also post updates. So you can do a lot to communicate inside of the tool. And that can really help free up your calendar and also your team's calendar so they can focus on the deep work that needs to happen. And so that helps you to focus on what matters. And it helps you to triage any issues that you may be having in the project itself. So yeah, this is what I'm loving. And I think a lot of PMs would love ClickUp Chat. And I'm excited to see the different use cases that you all have for it. Well, that is it. And thank you all so much. And we will talk soon. See you guys next week.